Good morning. Once again, I got started before I even realized what I was doing. I need to get used to making these videos more often. So my first step was I put my tarp down and got my pine bark mulch. Okay, I put that down on the tarp first, and then I started digging. Okay, so my mix is a little too much binder. I've got some baby starts that need a little bit more fluff. Okay, so I'm going to dig it all out, and I'm going to mix all this with the pine bark mulch to give it more fluff. All right, that is about a bag's worth of Happy Fox Farm. Okay, it's a 50-50 blend of Happy Frog and Ocean Forest from Fox Farm. Okay, then I added the cow manure compost and mushroom compost that I showed in the video yesterday from Lowe's. Okay, then I added about 4 Dixie cups of Wakefield biochar compost with mycorrhiza. Okay, then I did a 50-50 blend of vermiculite perlite, okay, to give it extra drainage. The mulch is going to do the same thing, give it extra drainage, more fluff. When I get done digging this out, I'm going to lay out those pine bark nuggets, chunky, all on the bottom. That's going to be my drainage floor. I'll give it anywhere from a 2 to 3 inch lift from the fabric. Okay, you'll give it just a couple inches of drainage space, and that's fine. Okay, I'll be back later. All right, folks, I went ahead and mixed it all together. Now, what I had before I got started here, I put the tarp down, then the mulch, and then started putting the soil on top. Okay, then I put my pine bark nuggets, that big chunky stuff, at the bottom, and even it out across the entire bed. Okay, that bulge will get fixed. That's just the weight of the soil. So to keep it simple, when I do this, keeping my foot down, okay, I'm just scooping from the bottom, scoop from the bottom. You're going to get a scoop of mulch and a scoop of soil, and fold and repeat the process. Okay, you see that? That came tumbling out. Okay, you see that? Okay, you're just folding it in like you're baking a cake. All right, and that's the easiest way to mix up your soil in this amount. Okay, the fastest. So I just worked my way down the line and kept scooping to my right. Okay, and then I went and stood over there and did the same thing and kept doing it, and then I came back and did it again. This is my second time on this side, and I only did one time on that side. Okay, so keeping it simple, all I gotta do now is shovel that shit back in there. All right, be back in a minute. All right, and we're back. Went ahead and scooped it all in there and took my metal rake, flipped it upside down to its flat side with the tines up, and just smoothed it out the best I could, and then got down there with my hands and started tucking it in a little bit tighter around the edges. And now you can visibly see how much of a difference just one bag of pine bark nuggets at the bottom of a 3 foot by 6 foot and one more bag of pine bark mulch to my mix. Lifted it up, expanded it out a little bit more, brought it up to the edge, or almost to the edge. That's a good edge right there for watering and fertilizing. Okay, so just want to give you that visual. I'm going to go and get all the bags of everything that's in that mix. I have it in the garage. I've been saving it so I can do the transplant and do this video. All right, I'll be back in a moment. All right, and we're back. So make this quick with this one. Okay, I'm keeping this in the shade, just like I said in the previous video. Try your best to keep your biochar with mycorrhiza out of direct sunlight, okay? I'm gonna go and put this in the shade and come back, okay? All right, so like I said, you keep that stuff out of direct sunlight, it will last a lot longer. Plus, keeping the bag tight as you can, keep the moisture in there. Now, in this batch and all batches, there is at least two bags of pine bark mulch in the mix of binder, okay? There's at least one bag of pine bark nuggets in the mix, and now there is 2 bags of pine bark mulch in the mix, and 1 bag of nuggets at the bottom, okay? And these are my binders. I did not portion these. I used them straight bag for bag, everything, okay? So a whole bag of topsoil, peat humus, compost, cow manure, and mushroom compost. Mixed it all together, and that's about half a bag of each perlite and vermiculite. Those are both fine grains. I couldn't get my hands on coarse grain at the time, so I got those two. It's a 50-50 blend of half a bag each, okay? It's running through this. I didn't need any more because the bags I don't have that already went out to the garbage is Fox Farm Ocean Forest, okay? That's a 1.5 cubic foot bag, and a Fox Farm Happy Frog, that's a 2 square foot bag. Maybe I have that backwards. Anyway, there's about half a bag of each of those mixed together in that, okay? That has perlite, vermiculite, and all that stuff already in it, bunch of other things. Just read the bag of Happy Frog and Ocean Forest and you'll understand what's in it. So added more drainage and fluff, and my fertilizer, peat humus, and topsoil. Now, some people will tell me layer these in your pots or beds. I don't do that, okay? Y'all can do that if you want. You can follow instructions for other people, but this is the method for what I need here in my environment, all right? So you mix your binders with your drainage, and you will get this. Let's see if I can get out of the sunlight here so you can see me. See that? And it's still crumbly. And you can see all that drainage material in there, all that white speckling. That's mycorrhiza, and the bigger stuff is the vermiculite and perlite. And it holds its shape, but it will still crumble, which means roots will thrive in this. And it's very mixed up. Oh, I got a piece of plastic. Uh-oh. From my plastic weed barrier. Anyway, I'll get that in a second. So anyway, we raised it up with the extra fluff material. It's also drainage material. It's not going to harm anything. Anybody that's going to tell you this is going to make your soil too acidic or steal nutrients or anything, that's wrong, okay? These are dried and cured, and they're just drainage material. Matter of fact, bark and chips will both absorb fish fertilizer and its component more bloom and store it in its little micro pores, which also contain oxygen, which also contain microorganisms, which make those chips and things home, okay? So you're giving their home some food, you're helping them thrive, giving them a badass place to live, and giving your plants all the nutrients you need, okay? Now you can follow the 5-1-1 method, and the citrus is more of that, okay? That is just straight Ocean Forest and Happy Frog 50-50 blend. That's actually a whole bag of each, and then 1 bag of each of these nuggets and mulch, okay? Then on top, I've got some the same 50-50 blend nugget and mulch as a top dressing mulch, okay? As we progress, I may need to add more to that. It is what it is for heat, temperature, all that stuff. Anyway, back to this. It's pretty straightforward and simple. You don't need to make it complicated. You don't need to go and get a bunch of compost and fill that sucker up with compost, okay? And then top dress with this stuff. Top dressing with this stuff kind of defeats the purpose of even using it, okay? Because the topsoil is just gonna filter through down into your soil. Cow manure is gonna eventually wash away by the end of the season. And the peak humus, if it's not maintained with the right moisture and nutrients, it's gonna dry up and turn into just dust, okay? Mushroom compost needs to stay moist, and it needs the rest of these to thrive, okay? The pine bark nuggets and mulch, okay? There's other plant hardwood materials in all this, okay? So the mushroom compost is living off of all of this, and this is actually growing mushrooms. I just dug out a bunch of mushrooms this morning, and that's the culprit, along with the Wakefield biochar, okay? Now, what I put in this is equivalent to 1 gallon bag of Wakefield from Walmart, okay? The Wakefield biochar compost and mycorrhiza says 1 gallon. I use that entire bag plus 2 extra Dixie cups, like I showed you yesterday's video, that gray Dixie cup, okay? 2 more scoops in my blend as I'm mixing it along with that 1 gallon bag. And that's all that's in there, all right? The rest is gonna be Mother Nature doing its thing. Uh-oh, my puppy wants to go swimming, and I dumped out her pool. Anyway, squirrel, sidetrack. Oops, I just said the Q word. She just perked up. Better not say that again. Anyway, you get the gist. That was today's project. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take some of this high-grade rainwater, and I'm gonna go make me a mixing jug for my spray bottle, and I'm gonna hydrate that soil mix that we just made. All right, so I'll be back and I'll show you what all that is. All right, here we go. So before you get started, make sure you shake up both of these thoroughly before you take the lid off, obviously. And in my container, I'm just gonna fill it up to the 8-ounce mark. Okay, 8 ounces. Then I'm gonna do the same, so we're gonna go up to 16. Now I don't have quite enough, we'll see. Almost out, like I showed on yesterday's video. Got this at Home Depot, so I can go get some more. Yeah, just go ahead and kill it. Usually fill it all the way up to the 24-ounce mark with this, and that's my mix. All right, this covers all of your NPK. All right, this is endobutyric acid. It's good for rooting cuttings. Get out of the sun here. There we go. It's ideal for rooting cuttings and transplanting. Okay. And that's the list of active ingredients. Okay. More bloom. Active ingredients. Okay. And there you go on that one. All right. And y'all can read on what these are derived from. These are all natural, organic. Let's go ahead and close everything up before we get further here, okay? I like to try and clean up as I go. We're gonna go over the kiddie pool because I filling up for the dogs. She got hot, so she had to go inside for a bit. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna fill this up all the way to right there. Okay. Okay, I'll come back and move that to the next pool here in a minute. So, as you can see, filled all the way to the top. Let's get back over to the lid here. All right, I'm gonna have to use both hands. I'll be back. Okay, so that's it. That's all you gotta do. As far as the sprayer, it's either Lowe's or Home Depot. I should have looked for that. Other than that, just shake the crap out of it. Don't be afraid to shake it. The valves are closed on this sucker. What I'm gonna do next, let's go put this on the shelf in the shade in the garage. Okay. Just leave it there. Okay? All you're trying to do is keep it out of the sunlight. That contains microorganisms and they're now growing. All right? Also, always clean up after yourself. The rainwater is going to be next. So I'll get back to you on that. All right, got the watering can. Get some rainwater going. Now I could simply just have put this in my spray bottle, but it wouldn't nearly be enough. Okay, and pouring this on the bed may only do the first couple inches, but it's fine. I'm priming. Here we go. I'm priming it to accept more water. In case anything in here is hydrophobic, it will then be able to accept more water and nutrients because it's no longer dry as a bone. Okay? Concentrating on the edges. And work your way on the inside. Not that difficult. Everything here is very simple. It's just time consuming. And you really have to want your garden. You have to want it as bad as you want to breathe. Literally. Okay? Okay. I could probably do that one more time. Eventually have to dump this because I don't want skeeters. When I get more set up the way I wish to be set up in my garden, I'll have rainwater catchment. As you can see, we got one hell of a tsunami looking storm that comes through here. This time I'm just soaking shit out of it. I don't care. Y'all ain't gotta nitpick your garden. Just get the shit done. You got food to grow. I know this ain't no professional shindig production, but you're producing food for yourself. So stop dicking around. Stop wasting time procrastinating, talking about what you want to do, and just get out there and get your shit done. And then show everybody what you did. And maybe if you want to, share how you did it. Okay? All right. I gotta get me some water. Maybe something to chow. For now, this project is done. Today's work day is done. in the garden. Gotta clean up my mess over here in my display. That's about it. Y'all have a beautiful day. We're sitting at about 80 degrees today. Sun is still over here. I can't see you see it. There it is. There it is. So much glare I can't even see the screen, but it's still off to my left. By the time it gets over here, it's going to be really hot. That's about 2-3 hours. By the time it gets over there, that's about peak heat right before sunset. So I managed to get my strenuous shit done. That was a bitch to dig out. Well, anybody that has to dig out their bed knows that's a pain in the ass. That thing was full of mycelium. I had to chop it back up. So yeah, anyway, y'all have a great day. Go get something water and something to eat. I gotta run out to Lowe's and get me another shovel. Mine's dead. Later. All right, so I'm back. We've got lemon, thyme, 3 pots of those. We've got a mix of orange bell, mini gypsy bell, orange bell, gypsy sweets, and another orange bell. Okay. Then we have a large cantaloupe, a baby sweet watermelon, and an heirloom jumbo cantaloupe. So I'll be plunking all those in, and I'll make sure my cantaloupe goes out, and for walking space I'll make sure my watermelon follows the sides, and my next cantaloupe will go out this direction. Okay, this is plenty of spacing. Might be a little too much spacing, but I'm counting on every single one of these plants getting a little bit bigger, and I can add different things in between it as they get bigger. Okay, I also have a green okra heirloom Clemson spineless. That's gonna go right there. Okay, looks like I've got 2 plants available, so I can take one out. Maybe that might be more than what I think it is, but anyway, I would just count that as 2. Plunk one in there, maybe space them out a little bit, one there and one there. I forgot I picked up this yellow pear tomato. It's an heirloom tomato. Gotta figure out what to do with that. And we got green peas, sugar and snap pea. I'm gonna figure out what I want to do with that. That's 6 pods. All right, so I'm not gonna show you any transplanting. I ain't got set up for that. Plus, you can look that up on other videos and other people. Other than that, I just wanted to share this part, and I'll share again when I get everything done. All right. And we're back. Okay, so I just put all these in. I did not do anything over there yet. Went and got my spray bottle. Give me just a second here. Went ahead and turned it onto the 8 ounce per gallon. Get off me, fly. And now we're just going to keep hydrating it until my bottle is all gone. Yes, it's going to look like we're completely soaking it. This is going to be a drench. We're hydrating the entire grow bed and fertilizing at the same time. So we have fish, kelp, and root juice all in here, and I shook it up real good before I attached it to the hose. I ended up splitting up my 2 cantaloupes here. This one and this one was in the same pot. I split it directly in half because it was so root bound from me procrastinating that it just didn't have enough space to keep going. So I split into 2 plants. As you can see, I made a small mound-ish around each one. So I'm gonna put down the phone and keep going, and we'll come back when I'm done spraying. It's gonna take a little bit. All right, we're back. Went ahead and hydrated the entire bed with the fish, kelp, and root juice. I split up that green okra into 2 plants. It was 2 different sprouts coming up. That could have been split up twice or 3 times, and that one could have split up twice, but I left it as is. We're just gonna do it that way. There's other okra in there I got from Seed Start Dries from Walmart. So that's all okra and thyme, basil, mint. That's a zucchini or squash or something, I forget. Anyway, it is what it is in that bed. And we're all set up for this one. This could have been moved over a little bit. I think I'll do that. Okay. I just got my hand on black again. That's highly fertile soil. What we are mainly looking at is really wet biochar. I love biochar. It should. I put that shit on everything. Just like that old lady from the hot sauce commercial. I put that shit on everything. But anyway, that's today's project. Yes, I am finally done now. I keep saying that, but I got my area cleaned up. All the plants I wanted to plant are in their forever home. I only got a tomato and a 6-pack of sugar snap peas left. I'll figure that out after lunch. But today's project is done. Y'all have a great day. I'll come back and do some more tomorrow and share what I'm up to. Probably working on pawing out something or changing something. Obviously, I need to do this front fence. I think I'll do the first 4 posts here, put up one of the panels, cut it about right there, and then have a panel go about right there, and I'll have a 4-foot space between there. Maybe I'll work on that tomorrow. We'll see. Later, folks. Whew, it's hot.